Hello. Is there anybody here yet? Probably not. I just started. Probably not. I just started. Let's see. I hope everyone is doing well. I'll wait for the notifications to sit in. Let YouTube do its notification thing. I don't think anybody's here yet. Let me post this in my Discord. Oh my gosh, there's 4 people here already. Who is here so far? Another day of me, no makeup. Hi, Band-Aid of Memories. How are you? I've been so bad at calling you. I was supposed to call you and I didn't. I'm bad. I worked late last night. How are you? How is everything going with you? Well, okay. Yes, I'm going to pick her up today. I'm rather excited. Tomorrow, more of the birthday festivities are going to take on. I was working on the Yuri Kochiyama stream. That's going fairly well. So I met somebody that does video editing. And so he might be able to help me with some stuff, make some actual videos. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Hi, Snap Phase. Isn't it your bedtime? You're always up at crazy hours. So yeah, I started working on. It's not going to be a big PowerPoint presentation. It's mostly going to be talking. The Yuri Kochiyama one. So I'm getting that together, doing a lot of studying. So we'll see how that goes. So sleep is for the dead. I'll sleep when I'm dead. But yeah, I'm more excited about getting possibly some videos edited. Actual videos, so you guys don't have to listen to me just talk all the time. You guys can just watch videos whenever you want. Graham. Oh my gosh. I hope everything heals good. Graham, what are you up to today? What kind of trouble and shenanigans are you getting into? I bought a notebook to keep all of my notes in order, and I'm going to put them in order so I'm not going through everything. Do little references so everything will be more organized. And then after Yuri, we're going to do unit 731. Then we're going to do the cannibalism, because that's the big ones. That's what everybody really is here for. I probably should just turn the cannibalism series into an actual like video so people can have it all together. There's only 3 people here now. Usually there's more. Oh well. We don't need. Yeah, you're always up to no good, Graham. Going and checking out my art portfolio. Everybody posted pictures of their dogs the other day in the Discord. That was nice. Graham posted pictures of his dog. It was so cute. It was in a freaking what is it? A frame. Oh god, that's nightmares. Waking up during the surgery. That is what nightmares are made out of. Oh my god, I couldn't even imagine. That sounds terrible. I need to go to the dentist. There's a lot. Today I'm just gonna stream for a minute and then I have to go grocery shopping. I have to go pick up the cake, come back, do some chores, drive to the border, get the kids. Oh my god, that's like my biggest fear about surgery is waking up during any type of surgery. Ooh, I found a really good YouTube channel the other day. If you like dark content, kind of like Ron's. Let me see. Let me get this up. This guy's channel has some fucked up shit. If you like fucked up shit. Hi, Renee. Hi, Lou. So I've been binge watching this channel, Plagued Moth. He has under close to 100,000 subscribers, but I like a style. He just sits in a chair and just talks about stuff. He covers a lot of topics that Ron does, like the not safe for life, lost media, Gore Iceberg. It looks like he did Junko Furuta too. That's how I discovered him, was watching his. He has like a lot of like the gross stuff of the internet that you find. Gore, really interesting. I've been watching a lot of his stuff. So I highly recommend checking out Plagued Moth. Very good. I will put his link in the YouTube or the chat. I have no clue what that is, Star Series. This is that guy's YouTube. If you like that kind of content, you'll really like this stuff. It's like one of those things that you could just like watch, like binge watch all of the stuff. So I love it. Then you'll like this guy's stuff. Star Armstrong. I know, right? Soft. What is that, Star Series? Yeah, so like this one is good. Or if you like true crime, like that you haven't heard of before, you would like Grazy TV. She does true crime mostly of Korea. So her stuff is really good too. This is if you like true crime. She does a ton of videos. And she used to be a K-pop rapper. So like all the good true crime of Korea that I don't even know about, she does all of that. It's excellent. She does really good investigating. That sounds interesting. Hi, Contrarian Barbarian. I don't know if he does lives, Graham. This is Grazy TV. She's more Asian true crime. Her stuff is good. Oh my god, she has some really interesting ones on here. And she has like 408,000 subscribers. She's good. I think that's all I've been like saving some stuff lately. I don't know if you go to my channel. I like, if you look at my playlists, I like stuff that's surviving life theme, just chatting, films, my favorite things, Japanese stuff, Asian culture and history, makeup and beauty, sociology, ethics, Asian films, music that nobody will care about. But yeah, I don't even know what I have under. There's a lot of good stuff here. Weird stuff on here. So I recommend checking the stuff. But I do have the films here too. Oh, not that film. So I have full Asian films here if you guys feel like going above and beyond and checking some stuff out. So there's a lot of full movies here. Hi, Matt Gary. Really? Oh, they're the person. Yes, there is one. I think she has one actually up about that. Renee. I don't know if it's sex abuse. Let me see. I watched one of her things on there. Where was it? I watched one of hers that talked about that. I don't know. I can't find it. There's one that's really good that talks about the dark parts of K-pop, though. What is it? K-pop Iceberg. If you want to hear about interesting things about K-pop, this Midnight Theories is a good one. Oh, stupid ads. I'll just share it. This one talks about, like, I guess there's like pedophilia in here, depression, kidnapping, suicide, self-harm, harassment, A lot of crazy stuff. I'll save it in my playlist. What is it? I'll put it under Asian culture and history. This one talks about the dark side of K-pop. Oh, I'll have to look at that, Star Cirrus. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do next is Contrarian Barbarian. I have to watch Philosophy of a Knife. We're actually going to be doing something on that. I can show you the beginning to this person's video. Hold on, let me pause it. Come on. This one's going to be really good. Hold on. Even if you don't like K-pop, this one's interesting. So hold on 1 second. Let me play. Okay, I'm still sharing the screen. Okay, good. 1 second. Gosh, the lag between YouTube and what I'm doing is insane. So this is an interesting one.
K-pop training is like army training. We're not holding guns, we're just holding a microphone.
내 모든 청춘들을 방탄소년단에 바쳐가지고
다른 인간과 같이
This is a good one.
하루 10번째 공복에를
집에 가서 부모님께 알리면 죽인다는 협박도 상습적으로 받았습니다. 학교 군단의 폭격이 날 거예요. 정말 알선협이 조사 중에 인정하셨습니까?
Three producers of a famous audition show have been arrested for alleged vote rigging.
This one is going to be good.
And welcome back to Midnight Theories. And
this lady's video is so good. I highly recommend it. It lifts my spirits, but it's sad that like some people can get so much enjoyment out of something, and there's some people that generally enjoy like being an entertainer, but then there's all this negative stuff. I was actually talking to a Japanese person about Unit 731 yesterday. So there's a guy that I met off Tinder like a year ago, and we didn't date, but we went out quite a lot. I mean, anything that's mass advertised could kind of be seen as propaganda, I guess, in one way or another. But I met this guy off Tinder, and we went on a lot of dates and hung out. I thought we were officially going to start dating, but he ended up moving back to Japan. And he told me about a crazy website called YNC I have to look up. And then we were talking about some of the murders and stuff, and he said to this day, he remembers when the Junko Furuta thing happened, and it was completely crazy, like how terrible that crime was. And then he also remembers Futoshi Matsunaga, hi Trisha, and that they actually executed Futoshi Matsunaga. He's done. I couldn't find anything about that happening, but I guess Futoshi Matsunaga has been executed. Junko Ogata, though, is still in prison, he says. So maybe I should have him on the show, and he can give us his opinions about some of the crimes we've looked at. But the interesting thing about Unit 731 is the Japanese perspective is kind of a little different. And I know Shiro Ishii is a horrible man. Because if you think about it, every year the heads of Japanese government go to, what is it called? The Yasuk. Let me get it right. They go to the Yasukuni Shrine. And the Yasukuni Shrine is a Shinto shrine that's in Chiyoda City in Tokyo. And it's a shrine basically to honor the war heroes on the Japanese side. So if you think about it, if you have people that were in Unit 731 that bombed Pearl Harbor, that did all those horrible war atrocities in China, but there's a shrine built to them that the top government officials go visit every year to honor the fallen war heroes, that's a little fucked up. And every year it causes a stir. Every year. That would be an interesting one to cover, because a lot of the Japan hasn't really taken that much accountability in terms of what it did to its Asian neighbors during that period. And like, for instance, there's still comfort women that were forced into prostitution for the Japanese army that are still fighting for reparations and like an official apology from the Japanese government. And they just try to deny it, or they acknowledge it, but lesser than. Like in their history books, they like the numbers of people that the Japanese army that were victims of the Japanese army during World War II are drastically lower in Japanese history books than they are in their neighboring countries. So there's a lot to unpack there. So yeah, comfort women's another good topic. Next, we are covering. Yeah, I mean, you have to think about it. With things like the Nazi experiments and Unit 731, all of the data collected from that, the United States and other countries bought. That's how a lot of those war criminals got off. You have to think to yourself, was the benefits on science, the data that we can't deny that there was benefits, I don't know what they are, from science that came from those experiments, but it's unethical. I don't think that I would rather live in a society where our science was a little bit behind than having to kill and basically massacre entire generations of women, children, elderly people in order to get it. I think it's terrible. I think that that's a stain on humanity. Because when I was looking up Unit 731, they do this thing called vivisection, where the practice of performing operations on live animals or humans for the purpose of experimentation or scientific research. Now, in Unit 731, they did a lot of experiments, high fries, on Russian people, because the Russians, I guess, were helping build the railroad in that area. And I found some really gruesome pictures on some gore boards. Yeah, I went to the gore boards. And I saw a picture of a pregnant woman. She was completely dissected open. They gave her syphilis and then dissected her to see how the syphilis affected her organs and body. But the kicker for this is that she was pregnant. So there was a fetus hanging out. Project Paperclip. Yeah, I heard a little bit of Project Paperclip. I'm just going by what I learned. Like, I haven't dived into particulars. I've heard of Paperclip being thrown around and a little bit about it. Yeah, I think it's terrible. Like, to see a woman just cut open on a table just to see how she was alive when they did this. They would take women and children and put them in gas chambers and watch them through glass to see how their bodies would react and how long it would take them to succumb to the gas. It's really disheartening. That's why I take a lot of breaks. Because even though I do browse gore boards and I do this, I do that, I do a lot of research, there's just only so much somebody can take of looking at this content. And like the Junko thing, I cried all day. I was so depressed that day. It was just totally blah. Like, I don't even know how to put it. It's just really depressing looking at these kind of things. What is the other one? Comfort Women's another one we're going to look at. That one's a powerful one. Basically, they were girls and women that were forced into sexual slavery by the Japanese Imperial Army in countries and territories before and during World War II. So there's still some alive today, I think. Oh, there's actually an article that was done on my birthday of this year. This is how recent this is how much people are still fighting for like apologies. So let's see. This is an interesting topic. South Korea, disappointing Japan ruling fails to deliver justice to comfort women. This was an article released in April of this year, responding to Responding to today's South Korean court ruling that dismissed claims against the Japanese government to pay damages to women and girls who were forced into sexual slavery by Japan's military before and during World War II, Amnesty International's East Asia researcher Arnold Fain said, "Today's ruling is a major disappointment that fails to deliver justice to the remaining survivors of the military slavery system and to those who suffered those atrocities before and during World War II, but had already passed away, as well as their families. The ruling runs contrary to a decision by the same court in January, which required Japan to accept legal responsibility for its systemic sexual enslavement that amounted to crimes against humanity and war crimes. What was a landmark victory for the survivors after an overly long wait is again now being called into question. More than 70 years have passed since the end of World War II, and we cannot overstate the urgency for the Japanese government to stop depriving these survivors for their rights to full reparation and to provide an effective remedy within their lifetimes. Only 4 of the 10 survivors who filed this case in 2016 are still alive." So I'm assuming this is them right there. These are some of the women that are still alive. Comfort women is a euphemism used to refer to up to the 200,000 girls and women that were enslaved that were pushed into sexual slavery by the Japanese Imperial Army during World War II. Yeah, and they're really not doing anything about it. They're still disappointed that Japan won't take any accountability and give full reparations. Still, to this year, they should at least Germany, like, really fucking, buckled down. But I hear they still have problems with the anti-Semitism there. I know, it's crazy. Oh, that's terrible, Cersei. The world is a terrible place. I'm trying to find positivity in it, but I just simply cannot. I like the Yasukuni thing I talked about. There's always controversy going on there. I'm pretty sure there's a recent article about that too. Oh, here we go. Japan Times. There is a former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe. Just this year, Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga, the new Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga sent a ritual offering to the Yasukuni Shrine, a Shinto shrine in Tokyo, seen by China and South Korea as a symbol of Japanese past militarism, which technically it is. The Masakaki tree offering was made to celebrate the shrine's biannual festival held in the spring and autumn. The shrine honors convicted war criminals along with more than 2.4 million war dead. This is a key part. The criminals. Why wouldn't it let me? Convicted war criminals. This year, look at this article was posted on April 21st, 2021. Their new prime minister sent a ritual offering to the shrine, along with past Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, whose great-grandfather was the first Prime Minister of Japan after World War II, and he was actually a war criminal. So you can see how this is a little upsetting to Japanese and Koreans. Because they don't want to, and the sad thing is like a lot of the old, they have people's age of living expectancy is very much higher in Japan. So there's still some people around from the older generations where this is they're still not apologizing for it. But then you have the younger generations coming that want to think that it's not their problem. So basically they're just doing it until the younger generations just don't care anymore and nobody's going to want to do anything. Hi, Truthers. It's terrible. Oh God, this why? I don't understand. I don't understand why we're still going here. It says the South Korean Foreign Ministry spokesman said the South Korean government feels deeply disappointed with Japanese leaders sending offers to the Yasukuni or visiting it, saying the shrine glorifies Japan's history of colonial oppression and war aggression. The government urges Japanese leaders to squarely face history and show their humble introspection and sincere reflection through action, and to keep in mind that these are the foundations for developing future-oriented South Korea-Japan relations. Choi Yun-sam said. China, meanwhile, expressed opposition to what it calls wrong practices of Japanese political leaders, lambasting the Yasukuni Shrine for enshrining Class A war criminals who were directly responsible for Japan's war of aggression. China asked Japan to face up to and deeply reflect on the history of aggression and to take concrete action to win the trust of its Asian neighbors and international community, Foreign Minister spokesman Wang Wenbin told reporters in Beijing. I can understand like having like shrines or like, memorials for like people lost like Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Because even though, oh, that's my alarm. I know it's done. Hold on 1 second. Stop. Hey, Google, stop. Okay, sorry. My dryer timer was going off. Now, I'm about to say something controversial yet brave. I don't know what everyone else's opinions are, but do you think that bombing of the 2 Japanese cities during World War II was necessary, or what we see as a necessary evil? Oh, there's still ground war over Taiwan, Hong Kong. I did not hear about that. Band-Aid of memories. Do you think it was necessary to bomb those areas of Japan with nuclear weapons? Or do you think if we didn't do that, if the war would have come out differently? There's a really good documentary about, oh God, like they had interviewed people who were in the blast, and one woman said that her and her family were completely blasted out of their house, and she heard her young children burn to death, begging for her. Oh my God, I wonder if I can find that clip. It was so powerful. Let me see. Bombing. I wonder if I can find the video on that. I think it was done by BBC. No, maybe it wasn't. Where is this documentary? Sorry, I'll go back to the chat. I don't think that. Oh, Grave of Fireflies just made me just cry. Yeah, I think maybe one would have been enough. I think that we had to do something. I think one bomb would have been enough. I don't see the reasoning to drop 2. I don't see the reasoning to drop the 2. Is this the one I'm thinking of? Ugh. Okay, so I found the one that I was looking for, but where was it? There was the one interview with the mother. Oh, here it is. So tell me if you guys can hear the sound. Tell me if I need to like mute my mic when we do it, and then I'll start playing it again. So hold on. Stop screen. Share video. No, not video. They were itching to see all the effects. So I'm going to play a little bit. Tell me if you guys can hear the sound. So hold on. Put away.
And we were on that bomb run for three and a half minutes. Now, Tom and I are talking.
Christ, Dutch, you never sat on a bomb run this long.
So can you guys hear the sound? I'll turn it up more. Okay. Okay. This was like the documentary part that I watched that really got me. I have to find the full one.
Over Germany, they'd have blasted us out the sky. Yeah.
He said, nothing there. No opposition, no nothing. Or anything of that type. Just going to bomb the target.
I saw an aircraft, like a tiny silver drop, entering the sky above Hiroshima. I instantly recognized it as an American plane, as no Japanese aircraft could fly at that altitude at the time. It was just one plane, so I assumed that it was passing by as usual.
We're just going to pause it a minute before the BBC finds out. Hold on one second.
And I was counting. 1, 2, 3.
I was wiping the desktop. That was when the bomb was dropped.
Now, it took about 45 seconds from the time the bomb left the airplane until it exploded. And I think there wasn't a man in the airplane that wasn't either timing it with his watch or counting or doing something. I was sure the bomb was a dud. I was sure it wasn't going to work.
After falling for 43 seconds, the time and barometric triggers started the firing mechanism. A uranium bullet fired down a barrel into a uranium target. Together, they started a nuclear chain reaction. Solid matter began to come apart, releasing untold quantities of energy.
That is scary. I don't even think I was looking at this other day. Who has the most nuclear weapons? Well, the United States does. The United Kingdom only has. Russia has more than us. Russia has 6,375 nuclear weapons. We only have 5,800. United Kingdom only has 215. Israel has 90. North Korea has some. China has some. But I know that there's still some that's unaccounted for. Russia is sitting on all of the nuclear weapons, guys. And imagine, like, it's not like they can ask Russia, hey, Russia, how is your inventory looking for your nuclear weapons? And if you're missing some, can you please let us know where you sent them? Imagine how many of these nuclear weapons in Russia are right now chilling somewhere here in this area. Imagine how many is given to China. And the fact that North Korea has 30 to 40 that has almost as much as Israel is just a shame. Like, Canada has none? Really? I think that there's going to be another world war in our lifetime. And I'm 100% positive it's going to happen in Asia. It's going to be something that's going to be between China and the Asian countries. And if that happens, then Russia's going to jump in to back up China, and then we're fucked. Because if they mess with Japan, then America's going to have to get in because we're the allies with Japan. And then if we get in, then the UK is going to jump in. Then France is going to get in. This is a very real possibility, folks. And hi, Martina. And if you don't understand what's happening in Asia right now, it's very important. China is up to some shit. I'm telling you. I mean, the fact that the world's letting them run concentration camps right now is fucking blowing my mind. But I don't know if they're letting it happen because the repercussions of letting them not run it would be much more dire than what's happening. So, I mean, that's why I'm like saying we have to balance necessary evils. I think that they were testing the world with what they were doing with Hong Kong and the new securities bills, with mainland China saying that anybody that protests freedom of speech being squashed to Hong Kong. That was a test. They were testing to see how much freedoms that they can take from a country in broad daylight with the entire world watching without other interference from other countries. And the fact that nobody made a stink about it, basically they just wrote some news articles, is saying a lot. That a country the size of China with that many nukes can go into Hong Kong, steal all of their rights, and nobody fucking does anything. So now China is going to test a little bit more. What's to say if they didn't go into Taiwan? What's to say if China didn't go into Taiwan and do the same thing? And then after Taiwan is what the little islands outside of Japan, I think they're like called the Senkaku Islands or whatever. And then it's Japan, and then it's South Korea. And then you have that whole little area over there with all their allies, Russia, North Korea, and then God forbid, you know that some of the Middle East does some illegal arms trading with Russia and with China and with North Korea. It's all happening right in sight. And then one day they're all just going to just do it all at the same time, and we are fucked. Think about it. So 6,375 nuclear weapons plus 320 plus 30 to 40 plus God of whoever knows was sold to the Middle East against the United Kingdom, against France, against the United States, against Israel, against India. Australia doesn't even fucking have any nuclear weapons. Right now, India is the only country that has some balls to sit up at the little border right here and be like, no, China. But they're going through so much right now. Yeah. And China, I mean, India's going through their own shit. Oh, yeah. We did mess up not standing up for Hong Kong, contrarian barbarian. We did mess up because we let... Hi, Joan. I miss you. I will be good. Now I'm going on a rant. China's up to some shit. I don't care if China knows it. I'm gonna end up if I end up dead, the Chinese did it. I'm just saying. I love the Chinese. I love China. I like the people. I like the culture. The Communist Party is a bunch of shit. Oh, yeah. Do you know the type of labor exploitation the Chinese developers are doing in Africa right now? Fucking insane. I'm sorry I'm cussing. I get so triggered talking about China. I get so triggered. I have so many books. We could go on forever. I was watching something on, I forgot what part of Africa it was, but Sierra Leone. They're not to be trusted. I trust a mixed drink from Bill Cosby more than I trust Russia and China. Yeah, and a lot of the normal people in China are so oblivious because they are only showed and told what is like crafted for them to see, you know? You can't blame the Chinese people because they're so oblivious because they're only showed what the Chinese Communist Party and the media want them to see. The media they're allowed to be. Yeah, it's a beast. It's a beast. And the fucked up thing is I thought to myself, you know, China is so intertwined with the world economy that they most certainly wouldn't mess with the United States. They wouldn't jeopardize the economic relations and stuff that we have. But then when we look back to when we were looking at the Cultural Revolution, when we talked about that and how they drove certain areas into cannibalism, China doesn't give a shit about its people. There are people there. There's electricity shortages in China right now because they're like feuding with Australia and they cut off the coal export. They don't give a shit about their people. They will cut the borders off to China, economy, everything. They could give a crap less if their people starve because the people that are calling the shots are the only one that matters and their families are going to be taken care of. And that's all that matters at the end of the day is the survival of the Chinese Communist Party and the survival of the party members and their direct families and the people that have all of the money running the big businesses. They don't give a crap about the middle class, the lower class, nothing. They'll shut those borders and let that whole country starve before they'll give up anything that they have. Yeah, they don't care. 0 Fs. I'm gonna get in trouble for talking against China so much. I don't care. I fight for those who can't fight for themselves. Yeah, and the fact I believe that every country should have the opportunity to modernize, but the fact that we let China exploit its own workers by paying so little for shit that they make is a sign in itself. It's like a big circle of craziness. A big circle. Yeah, we're screwed, man. I think we're too far into this little hole to dig our way out. The only way out is war. Pretty much. We gave away our soul. Our humanity gave away their soul and their ethics and their morals a long time ago. And I want to be positive, but I just hope me and mine are dead by the time this war happened. It sure is, Moonjo. And humanity is really not that. The human race has not been around that long in retrospect, and we're going to destroy it. We're going to destroy it. Sad thing. Also, if you guys aren't in the Discord, I took down the Discord link because we had some TROLLS the other day. So I will put a link in the chat just in case anybody wants to join. Did I rant enough about China? Are we done now? I'm so triggered right now. So triggered. Can God save us at this point? Jeez, I don't even think aliens would save us at this point, to be quite honest. I think we fucked up our time here. I think we didn't use it responsibly and we didn't show ourselves morally or ethically. If you haven't joined the Discord, there's a Discord link. All of my socials, donation, whatever, those links are here. I'm going to put the Discord link back up on the other side. Oh, Star Cirrus. Don't even get me going on the murder of Kurt Cobain. Murder is the key word in there. Courtney Love did it. End of story. End of story. Soaked in Bleach is a great documentary. Courtney Love killed Kurt Cobain, okay? In my early 20s, I did heroin, okay? I'm 34 now. I did it like for a week and it was disgusting. I couldn't even hold my head up in a cigarette without smashing my head on the table, let alone what did the coroner say? That he did enough like heroin to take out a horse and he was able to write a suicide letter and hold a gun and shoot himself in the head. Fucking okay. Please, no way in hell. No way in hell. I'm just saying. Kurt Cobain was murdered. Star Cirrus got me on another rant. I highly recommend. I love how you were going on this rant, contrary, and then you were like, "Yep, Courtney killed Kurt." What is that? Soaked in Bleach. This is an amazing documentary. I don't know if it's still watch free on IMBD TV. Watch this. It will completely. Yeah, 6 times the lethal limit. Hi, Kojak. 6 times Kurt. I couldn't even do. I did heroin for 1 week. And I mean, when I was in my early 20s, think whatever that I'm sober now. I did a lot of pain pills. And even being super like, what's the word I'm looking for? When you're like done it so much that you've become tolerant. I was so tolerant to pain pills, but no matter how tolerant I was, there is no way in hell I would be able to take that much of above a lethal limit and still be able to function. Hell no. Yes, it's a good. Oh my gosh, I need to look into this. Oh, we should go on a deep dive of that. But yeah, Soaked in Bleach is excellent. I wonder if I could show the trailer without getting of course there's an ad. If there's any music, if they play any music, I'll just turn it off right away.
You mentioned in Rolling Stone about another note that he wrote to you.
It's like a letter, and it's not really like a suicide note.
Where'd you find it? Where'd you get it?
It was in my bedroom under my pillows.
Under your pillows?
Yeah.
There's only one problem with that, Courtney.
What?
I looked under your pillows.
If there was a John Lennon type figure for the so-called Generation X, it would be Cobain.
The body of Nirvana leader Kurt Cobain was found in a house in Seattle on Friday morning, dead of an apparently self-inflicted shotgun blast to the head.
It was a woman's voice on the other end, kind of a raspy, low voice.
It first got reported that Courtney Love hired private investigator Tom.
Can you guys hear this? I forgot.
Popping up immediately, so I began recording every conversation I had with Courtney.
My name is Dora.
As it is, she's inherited a estate worth tens of millions of dollars. That's motive.
There was more to this than what I was being told.
I forgot to ask if you guys could hear this before I start playing. Can you guys hear that? Or was I just playing pictures for y'all? Okay.
If I
were the chief today, I would reopen this investigation.
To rule the case the same day is absolutely unacceptable.
It could be made to look like a suicide. It's entirely possible that a police officer, no matter how well trained, may not notice a particular item of evidence.
This is a puzzling case.
Kurt Cobain was injected with 3 times a lethal dose of heroin.
A very disturbing case.
Kurt Cobain was not barricaded inside the room. He did not leave his driver's license out. No one would believe that was a suicide note.
All publicity is good publicity to a certain degree. How's that for a spit?
Yeah. Courtney did it. Courtney did it, okay? I put the link to this so you can watch it for free. We know that Courtney did it. That okay. I would be happy with the world. Okay. I would be semi-happy with the world status right now if Courtney Love went to jail for the murder of Kurt Cobain. That would somewhat satisfy me and my triggers. I would feel like there would be some justice in the world. Could you imagine the music? What? Crazy bitch. That's crazy. Crazy. I've not seen Seaspiracy, Graham. All I know is that I need to go get my laundry and then I have to go to the grocery store. Damn, that crazy woman. Crazy woman. Okay, guys, I'm going to go. Thank you for letting me rant for quite a long time, about an hour. I like how we just scatter, go through a whole bunch of different topics. So I will see you guys. Later. I love you. I might not be around too much this weekend because we're going to have my daughter's birthday, but I will talk to you later. And you guys all have a great weekend. Love you.